if someone wants a pet, here's an example. This is a full-grown reproductive male.
No way.
That's a Florida boxy?
Sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. But this is McCord's box turtle. Very, very difficult animal to come by. And watch this. Big eyes mean it can see food. Boom. That's so cool. Guys, I am still here with my friend Charlie Moorcroft. We were looking at baby painted turtles in one of the other videos. These are hatchlings. These guys, how old are these?
They didn't grow very fast. I'd say September.
Oh, wow. That's incredible, man. Little dudes. I love baby turtles. We are inside his turtle room. I'm going to put these guys back. We're inside his turtle room here at the Moorcroft Conservation Society.
It's just my house. It's just my house.
No,
we have a foundation, but this is not the foundation.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. He's a stickler.
I'm a stickler.
It's your deal, dude.
I don't want people to think to visit the foundation.
Okay.
We have a foundation. This is my weird collection, which I use to help educate some people. But again, it's not as cool as a big facility that has tours.
Well,
but anyway,
I think it's pretty cool, and it is a tour for you guys. You're getting behind the velvet ropes as it turns out.
And I raise, what's interesting to me, I used to try and raise all sorts of stuff, but we've talked, it's an evolution. I've learned what works, I learned what I like, what's interesting. These guys are interesting, they're small.
They do well in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants a pet, here's an example. You can put them in a 4-day breeder and you can do half land or whatever.
Okay.
So a lot of it's just examples that, now switching gears, these are preservation.
Okay.
This is a project. These are Egyptian tortoises.
Yeah, these are really beautiful.
6 adult females here, 3 adult males, and some are a little bumpy, some came that way, some, they're hard to grow.
Can we open it?
Sure. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and show us a little bit why have these tortoises, why are you so enamored by these?
First, their size,
okay.
and they need help.
Okay.
In our lifetime, they'll be extinct in the wild. That's a full-grown egg-laying female. She just was threatening to lay this morning. I'm not sure she did. When you arrived, she was digging.
Okay.
And they just really need our help. They're protected. They're small. They're interesting. They're like a miniature sulcata, really. That's full-grown, 350 grams.
That's incredible, and because of their small size, they were over-collected for the pet trade.
Yes.
And that was the biggest problem. But look at this.
This is a full-grown reproductive male.
No way.
150 grams, 170.
So you could just see, guys, at this size, I mean, they would be beyond the human pressures, just the fact that they're such a small tortoise species. There are birds of prey in the Middle East and in Africa, Northern Africa. There are all kinds of jackal and predators abound.
And humans.
Of course, we can't forget us. But these animals here, I would think that they behave very cryptically in the wild. They would be a very secretive species. However, over the eons of human beings being around, we've learned how to look for them. And like I said earlier, they're over-collected. The key about these guys here in Florida, very difficult to keep if you wanted to keep them outdoors. They're basically indoor animals.
This room is air controlled, climate controlled to a degree. And then this container, bright white, it's got deep substrate. It's really bone dry.
Okay.
I mist it a couple times a day. I'm not opposed to it getting a little wet here and there, but really desert environment, because they're a little bit coastal, they like some humidity, so I'll hit it with the mister. There's heat lamps that come on in the morning, and then it's pretty bright and dry. So we fight humidity here, as you just touched on. And this is crushed oyster shell and some, reptibark.
Yeah, but that's a really cool substrate, to be honest, especially if you're looking for.
Too.
Yeah, they'll nibble on this.
Yeah.
They do that in the wild. I've watched tortoises nibble on old bones to get calcium. Use cuttle bone as well that you would use for a parrot's or a bird's beak. But that's really good stuff, man. And then you have separately, a laying area now. May I slide this over?
Yeah, for sure. And touch anything.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to look in, guys. Come on over here. So he's got a laying area, and I was just curious if this substrate was a little bit different. Is it different, or is it?
Topsoil.
Oh, I see.
Still a mix in there, some sand and topsoil.
Okay.
And I keep that a little more moist.
Gotcha.
It's a container with a 1/2-inch lip in the bottom, so I can keep more water in there.
That's very cool.
They'll choose that to lay in.
You know, one of the things that struck me when I first came in this room, it's like, it's almost surgical.
It's not that.
I know, but it looks so
but
good.
Don't look too hard.
Yeah, but man, I'm not like this. This is amazing, you know?
We should, since we're kind of in the desert theme, we should check out.
Oh, pancakes.
Yeah, these guys.
Oh, that is, again, another species that I would love to do, but I like keeping animals outdoors. You're so good at keeping them in this controlled environment. They need dry as well. If you guys haven't seen pancake tortoises, tell us a little bit about them to, Charlie.
These guys are from Kenya. They live in rocks, dry desert, under really where lions are. They're really, really flat. These guys you can get the idea that they're pancake tortoises, but as they mature, they really don't get much deeper than that.
Yeah.
And they're a little pliable, which is kind of weird. But they can kind of.
Oh wow.
They're fast. They can run in rocks, take a breath, lock their legs, and
you are not extracting those animals from these.
You're
little
not
crevices.
getting it out. Yeah. And this one, when it's like a rock. You get it wet. Just the patterns are amazing.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Oh, wow. And this is you said Kenya, grassland species, dry arid species. So it's going to eat a lot of the same foods as a leopard tortoise, sulcata tortoise, your Egyptian tortoise. So high fiber diets. Basically, they do very, very well on. But just an interesting tortoise that you don't normally see in collections. So it's very, very cool. And very good climbers. So we want to make sure we close them.
I had a galvanized tub down there last year, 2 years ago when you were here.
Okay.
With some adults, and they, I sent them onto a place with more room. They were climbing a lot. I just said, send me hatchlings, let me kind of use them, play with them, grow them. I'll send them back. So a lot of these animals are sent from friends, organizations. I like raising little ones.
Gotcha.
You touched on grassland species.
Yep.
It's kind of weird, but I try to grow some grasses, some microgreens. I like plants. I just like to, it's my therapy really. I like to
I think it's
snails.
not weird. Look at this
conversation.
No, I think it's fantastic. I think you are embodying all aspects of the animal's care, and that's what I like about teaching kids this stuff. Because when I was a kid, I liked turtles and reptiles, but when you have a love of something, you find out how they fit in the ecosystem. So you learn about the plants that live in that ecosystem, the other animals, the animals that prey on them. So why are reptiles such an important pet for kids to have is because it opens you up to the natural world. And part of, what I'm an advocate of is being able to keep reptiles as pets. I think it's important. I think it's very, very important to keep the connection with nature if done right. And the cool thing is when you and I were young people, we didn't have the knowledge that we have now, right? I mean, it was like the Wild West. So nowadays, with guys like you doing your education and what we're doing on this channel, we can educate people to how to care for these animals the right way. So it's a rewarding thing for you, and more importantly, for the animals. And what you're doing, I don't think it's crazy. I think this is the next generation of what people need to do if they want to keep these animals.
It's a way to kind of dork out, and it's a good excuse to grow weird stuff.
I hear you, man.
So this guy here, which is one of my favorite species, Florida box turtle. I have 2 Florida box turtles. That's obviously a tiny hatchling. This big. And what's interesting is neither were born in Florida.
Oh, really?
Nothing from the wild. I'm not into that. There's another really beautiful.
That's so cool.
Can you pick that guy?
Obviously, they start really aquatic.
They do.
Dry out fast. And then as they mature, we've talked about this a lot.
small he is.
They can.
That's a Florida boxy?
Yeah.
That is one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen. It almost looks like a Western variety.
It's funny, I had spider tortoises for a very short time, and after seeing some of these, people are like, is that another Florida box turtle? I'm like, No, it's a.
This thing is gorgeous.
So I sent those to someone else who could do those better with the.
Wow,
diet
look at
laws
that.
and all
That is just, I mean, that is very unique. And you can see the variation as they change and mature. But yeah, Terrapene Carolina Bowery. And these are becoming harder and harder to find.
Yeah.
They are being collected. They're being sent to Asia.
Snuck. Yes,
Yeah, they're
yes.
being, it's not legal. You cannot collect these legally in the wild here, but people do it anyway because they fetch a high price. And it's very important that we have, and this is something I'm opposed with our Florida Fish and Wildlife, I think we should work hand in hand by breeding these animals in captivity and offering legal possessed specimens to be sold.
Yeah, these are, this was Chris Leone.
Okay.
And it was Dr. Pritchard's female, which
Okay.
is really, really cool. It's a really interesting animal.
Dr. Pritchard wrote a lot of books about turtles and tortoises, a knowledgeable reptile man.
And when he passed, Chris Leone got the mother.
Okay.
This one was produced. It was sent here. It will go back to a breeding colony, like you said, in a state where it's legal to have as many as you can and take pressure off wild animals.
Definitely.
The more we can produce in captivity and help wild populations.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want anything from the wild.
No,
It
neither
really
do
makes
I.
sense.
You know, we all started that way. You know, I've had when I was a kid,
For sure.
but I like keep the animals in the wild.
So it's interesting, just again, small container.
Yeah, simple.
This one eats a variety of foods, aggressive for, you know, worms, mealworms, crickets. It's all, you know, interactive to feed. Really mobile. And obviously it's a box turtle, but the thing about captive, other than there, you know, it's not afraid. And if this was a wild animal, it would curl up in a box and you wouldn't get it out for a while. This is extremely confident.
That's really cool. I love it. Yeah, again, just very simple, showing you guys how to do something. If you are raising up babies, you go ahead, these Rubbermaid tubs.
You're gonna have to look at
Little spot.
tiny spotted turtle.
Look at that.
And you're going to see some algae in that container. The water itself is clean. I do a lot of water changes,
sorry, a little bit.
but I'm never too freaked out about algae. There's healthy bacteria living in there. There's algae growing. As I said, the water itself is clean. Sometimes I'll throw some sphagnum moss for some acidity, but they have a basking area, shallow water. You know, the rule, the water is about as deep as they are wide.
Yeah. So if they flip upside down, they can right
Yeah,
themselves.
lots of structure. And these actually, I know I keep talking about Fred, but obviously, why not? I have a pair that were his, and these are from his pair.
That's really
So
cool.
kind of, they're
Continuing,
slowly growing
yeah.
in here, and they're going to continue.
All right.
Check
Real quick, check out the last video we did where you can see where the adults wind up. So we'll look for that video too.
So this guy, you can grab that one.
Oh gosh, my goodness, look at that.
It's in a black container just because
The
it
contrast?
just pops out
Yeah.
more.
That's an albino little, I guess, neonate or just a little bit bigger than a hatchling albino snapping turtle. Unbelievable, man. You have how many of these? 5 at this point?
6.
6?
And that one will go. I'm trying to actually make Tanner take that one, but he's fighting me on that.
Oh, jeez.
He panics like me. You know, I can't have too many animals. And
Yeah.
once they reach a certain point, they've got to go on. You know, you struggle with that.
I do too, yeah. I mean, you know, and this is a beautiful animal. So many people would jump at the opportunity, but when you really care about how you are taking care of your animals, it's not about how many you can get or ooh, I covet the albino.
Yeah, no,
it's
it
not
has to
about
make
that.
sense. So
yeah.
I'll raise it a little more, use it for education.
Yep.
You guys come video, and then someone will want that animal.
Yeah, that's a beautiful animal. So there you go. I'm going to place it right back up here.
All right, we're gonna wash our hands because I'm afraid
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you one other thing.
Let's do it. Let's wash our hands.
2 other things, but even just washing of hands, it just teaches kids, and it's a garage, it's fine.
Okay.
Just about, you know, hygiene, crossover, just being careful and respectful of desert species, forest species,
Yeah.
water turtles, common,
Gotcha.
rare. Just try to always be, you know, it's an education.
What did we learn during COVID? Sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. No, just kidding.
How about don't fall in the pond and drop your phone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a biohazard, dude.
So there's incubators here. I raise worms. There's isopods up there.
You ever see Dumb and Dumber?
No.
You never saw Dumb and Dumber?
I don't even watch TV.
Come on, dude. I got worms.
My friend Harry and I are saving up our money to open our own pet store.
That's nice.
I got worms.
I beg your pardon?
That's what we're gonna call
You
it.
never saw that thing? I got worms? Come on, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? All right, sorry. He's trying to be all serious. I'm talking about
I don't have to be serious. I'm just trying to.
Flavor marginale?
No.
Oh my God, McCord?
Yeah.
Holy crapola. Is this why we washed our hands?
Yeah.
May I pitch
Sure.
this guy up? This, my friends, is Cora McCordi. It is McCord's box turtle. Originally found in the food markets of China. Was not found in the wild. You know why? Don't think there are any left in the wild. Bill McCord, who I happen to have some snake neck turtles from, is a turtle guru. Grew up, he lives in New York, and he has named quite a bit of turtle species. He was a veterinarian. I think he's retired right now, but this is McCord's box turtle, a very, very difficult animal to come by, and one that, you know, the Turtle Survival Alliance is working with, TTPG, to try and get these animals to breed more and more, because losing this animal in captivity would mean extinction. Look at that. And this is a baby.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That is really cool.
I don't own this animal. It was sent to me to have raised, you know.
And
people
you know what's
meet.
cool, guys? Much, you know, I know you feel the same sense of, I would hope you feel a good sense of accomplishment and pride in that people trust you with some very, very rare animals because of how you take care of them, Charlie. This is really a testament to who you are as a human being, and how you really work with these animals. I know it matters a lot to me. You know, when I can work with zoological institutions that trust me to care for some of these animals, and keepers and breeders, you know, and hobbyists, that to have that animal is really a testament to how well you care for yours. So,
Cool. Thank you for this.
yeah, no problem. I'm gonna, you know, little sunshine, sprinkle it all over. Okay, sorry.
Spangler eye. You've seen
Yes.
these before.
They're great.
These are, and I think cherry heads are my favorite animal I have. I think these are a second or a
Okay.
close second. These
I
are
love
absolutely amazing, tiny.
Get down here, there, Matt. Show everyone what we got here. This is Geomida. Oh my God. Spangler eye. Look at the size of those eyes. Now, if you're a biologist, what are you looking at there? You're looking at the animal's morphological features. Why would it have such big eyes, Charlie?
It likes the dark.
It likes dark, shady forests, but it also is a bit active. This is the Vietnamese black-breasted wood turtle, or leaf turtle.
Yeah.
And watch this. Big eyes mean it can see food. Oh, come here. Look at this.
That's a
Boom.
wimpy worm.
Look now, he's found it. Look at how quickly he goes for that worm. Unbelievable. I love it. An incredible species. And that's an adult.
Full-grown reproductive male.
That's incredible. They lay 1 or 2 eggs, I think, a piece, right?
Some have laid a third, but mostly 2.
Okay. And you've gotten babies.
Yeah, I have.
That's so cool.
I've hatched and raised 1 to adulthood and a juvenile over here.
Okay. Very cool.
Really.
I love this species. This is another species that was imported in a lot of Vietnamese imports in the 90s. They are harder and harder to find in the wild. They're hard to find in captivity now as well, because when people got them, they got them as imports loaded with parasites and not understanding their care. And so what happened is many of these animals perished, sadly. But look at how active. That's what I love to see. That is such an interesting turtle to me. They love. These are really cool habitats too, and this is all this animal needs. Look, he's going to climb out on us. Let's see. They have good depth perception now. Just so you understand, this is an animal that lives on land. Needs to know where there's a drop off. But look, he's waiting for something. Charlie, give him something quick.
All right, that's too big for you.
Oh no! I got it, buddy. I got my worm hands. I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid of the worms. I just know they get a little. Wow.
That's so
that
cool.
looked great.
That is like a miniature, like that's an assassin right there. That's a worm assassin. Later, I'm taking my quarry and I'm going to go eat it in peace. I'm out of here. I'll see you later, everybody. That is a cool turtle, man. I love it. I'm a dork too, by the way.
I'm totally good dorking out.
Okay, this is so cool, man. Holy
And another
smokes.
excuse to raise weird plants.
Yeah, philodendrons. But, that's part of the fun is creating these cool little terrariums. I know that's why you really appreciate Tanner Serpa. If you haven't checked out his channel, you guys need to because Tanner is... I want to be Tanner when I grow up, even though he's 20 years younger than me.
This pales. I mean,
Yeah,
he comes and he's so kind to me when he's here. He just
Yeah.
looks and goes, this
Yeah.
could use some work.
Yeah, he looks at us like we're bumbling idiots, but that's okay.
He's coming back, and I'm gonna ask him to do one, and then I'll try and
Emulate.
I'll try.
That's
You know,
cool.
it comes so naturally to him. He's just gifted at that.
Well, listen, man. I know. Is there anything else you want to show us? Because we're running dangerously low on battery juice here.
I'm good.
You're
I
good?
love it when
Get
you
outta
come. I like.
He loves it when I come, but he loves it even better when I get the
Time
hell
to
out
go.
of here. Yeah, it's time to go. All right, people. I just want to shout him out one more time. Really great job. It's always fun visiting you, man. I really appreciate you taking the time. He's actually in his busiest season as an equestrian trainer. There's big horse shows going on all month long. So for him to take the time to spend with us on this YouTube channel, we all say thank you. So can you guys leave a nice, happy comment for our
Thank
friend
you.
Charlie
Thank you.
Moore?
I love when you come. I love talking about it. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Sorry.
Okay, we're out of here.
Not much of me left.
Let's
So-
roll. We'll see you guys. Like and subscribe.